Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Eric from EGotTech. I know you guys have been asking me a lot on my recent videos if I was going to cover the Lenovo Legion Pro 2 or the Lenovo Legion Duel 2. Sorry it took so long guys, but here it is, sitting on my table, waiting to be unboxed. So what are we waiting for guys? Let's unbox this gaming beast and see if it was worth the wait. Alright, so let's open up the phone. Okay, so looking at the phone, you've got Lenovo Legion over there. Legion logo and not much else. Let's open it up guys. Alright, so it says smarter technology for all. And we've got the first glimpse of the phone right here. But of course, let's see what else is inside the box. Okay, so first thing I noticed guys, this is not the same unboxing experience that I've seen on the other YouTube videos. Because on those videos, there's a flap that you open up and everything pops up. This is more of a simpler unboxing experience guys. It might have to do with this specific model that I've got being just a 12256 model. I think that kind of box is reserved for the higher spec ones that actually go up to 512 gig. Let's see what else is inside here. So you've got stylish outside, savage inside. So I guess let's open up this part first. So based on pictures here, you've got manuals, your SIM ejector tool, probably a case, and a USB-C to 3.5mm jack adapter. Okay, so you've got a warranty. So this is probably a warranty booklet, but of course I can't make head or tails on it. It's all in Chinese. And you've got the guide, which of course I don't understand the word as well. You have the SIM ejector tool. Pretty cool looking one guys. So that's the Lenovo logo on it. So like the picture says, it has a USB-C to 3.5mm jack adapter. So that's kind of telling me that this phone doesn't have a headphone jack guys. And of course you've got this clear case. And similar to what you get on the RedMagic 6 Pro, there is a hole in the middle. But the RedMagic 6 Pro had a bigger hole and the RedMagic 6 Pro case was more of a jelly case. This is a hard plastic and seems to bend really easily. So it's not going to offer much protection if you decide to sit on the phone for whatever reason guys. Okay, and let's see what else is in here. Okay, there's one big box here, pretty hefty. And based on the picture, you've got the USB-C cables and of course the charger. Okay, so like I mentioned, one USB-C. And another one here, so it's a USB-C to USB-C type. And I guess you open it up from the other side. So it has that unique shape. It's pretty cool guys. And this is of course the 90-watt charger, but in order to turn on 90 watts charging, you need to plug both of these USB-C cables at the same time. Pretty cool idea guys, but personally I don't want to have that many cables hanging out of my phone. I already have a hard time playing with just one cable, and if you're gonna add two cables, I think they're asking for trouble here guys. Okay, and that's it. That's all you get in the box. Put everything back. Alright, so here's the phone guys. Pretty nifty Lenovo logo there, a Legion logo. Alright, let's open it up. Alright, so here's the phone guys. I actually like the black color. It does have a hint of blue in the sides. I don't know if you can make it out. And I think you can tell from my background, I'm a fan of the black and blue. So the color of this phone is right down my alley guys. So it says Legion OS 12.5.277. English. So I figured out how to start it up in English. Alright guys, let me just connect to Wi-Fi real quick here. So let's skip the data sync for now guys. So the system navigation, you can choose between gestures and navigation. I'll choose the navigation for now. And that's it. Right, settings completed guys. Let's start the experience. That initial setup was really quick guys. I've actually gotten used to going through a bunch of screens before I get to the home screen, but in this case it took less than a minute to set up the phone and get into the home screen, and you can start using the phone right away. Plus points for Lenovo for doing that. So before I go ahead and start playing around with the phone, let's discuss some of the details of the phone first. So let's start off with the display. So among the gaming phones this year, the Lenovo Legion Pro 2 has the biggest one. It has a 6.92-inch display, which is Full HD+, and it has a refresh rate of 144Hz. Good thing to know here guys is that the display is HDR10 plus certified and the max peak brightness is 1300 nits. So that's well in line with the Samsung displays that you get on the ROG Phone 5 and the Black Shark 4 Pro. In terms of the protection on the display, I'm a little bit disappointed because this phone only has Gorilla Glass 5. I was expecting it to at least have Gorilla Glass Victus so it can stand toe to toe with the ROG Phone 5, but I guess this is what Lenovo came up with. And of course, since this is a gaming phone, Lenovo is claiming that it has a 720Hz touch sampling rate. So let's talk about the build and design next. So looking at the phone, this phone definitely fits the description of what a gaming phone should look like. And I personally like it. So similar to the ROG Phone 5, this comes with dual USB-C ports, one at the bottom and one at the side. And just like the ROG Phone 5, the bottom port is just USB 2.0, while the side one is USB 3.1. Though take note guys, this will not affect the charging speed whether you charge it on the bottom or on the left side because that only relates to the transfer speeds whenever you're copying files from the phone to your PC. So in terms of color, you can get either the titanium white or the ultimate black, which I've got right here. So the ultimate black has kind of a blue trim on the sides, which I really like guys. So this is my favorite color combination. And of course, since we're talking about the build and design, you can't ignore that huge bump in the center. They actually had no choice but to make it this size or make it protrude that much because this contains all the cooling components that the phone needs in order to keep that Snapdragon 888 in control or in check. As we all know that chip can get extremely hot guys based on the tests that I've done so far with the other three gaming phones. And of course guys, I'll be doing my usual benchmark tests, I'll be running Antutu, 3D Mark, and of course I'll be doing game tests there as well, which includes a Genshin Impact, which is actually one of the most demanding games that you can run on a phone right now. If you want to see those tests again, or if you haven't seen it yet, just click the link up above guys. Now in terms of chipset, of course, this rocks the Snapdragon 888, and the variant that I've got here has 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. And this phone also has an in-display fingerprint scanner guys, so let's try to set up my fingerprint real quick here. So let's test it out guys. Pretty fast guys. It took a while to register my fingerprint, but once it did, it's actually pretty fast. And of course, I have to discuss the battery system here guys. The battery of the Lenovo Legion Pro 2 is 5500 mAh and it's actually divided into two parts. So you've got one here and one here. So they designed it that way because you can plug a cable at the bottom and a cable at the side. That helps it in charging up to the full 90 watts. So the design of the battery is pretty similar to the ROG Phone 5 where it's divided in two parts, and just like the ROG Phone 5, also fails the durability test because of that design. Now I don't plan to do any stress test on this phone guys because I want to keep it alive long enough for me to do the stress test and the thermal testing. So I'll leave those kind of tests to the other YouTuber guys. And in terms of charging speed, Lenovo is claiming that it can go from 0 to 82 in just 17 minutes. So that's similar to the 120 watts charging that we've seen on the RedMagic 6 Pro and the Black Shark 4 Pro. The only difference here is that from 82 to 100, it will take an additional 13 minutes. This is Lenovo's way of preserving the battery durability. So even if you consistently use the 90 watt charging to charge the phone, you shouldn't see much battery degradation over time. So of course, this is still a mobile phone guys, and all phones nowadays have camera, and in this case it only has a dual camera system with the primary one being a 64 megapixel shooter and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. I don't think Lenovo had enough space to put a third one even if they wanted to because of the cooling system that they've got in place here in the middle. So in terms of selfie camera guys, it's this one right here. So it's a pop-up camera which is a 44 megapixel shooter. So let's discuss the speaker and the sounds next. So since I mentioned earlier in the video that this has the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, it doesn't have a headphone jack on its own, so you need to use that adapter. But good thing here is that since you've got two ports that you can charge with, you can plug one in for the headphones and plug one in for charging. And of course, this phone has dual front firing speakers. Let me do my usual NCS speaker test and test it out. Hang on guys. Let me put it up to the camera guys so you can hear it. bad guys, but I've got the ROG Phone 5 here. I don't know guys, they both sound pretty good to me. Audio comparisons are more of personal preference. I'm more of a bass kind of guy, so I like my bass on my speakers, but other people don't. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on the comment section down below, which phone you think sounds better, the Lenovo Legion 2 or the ROG Phone 5. That actually sounded louder just right now. So which phone do you think is the better sounding phone here guys? So let's talk about some of the gaming features next on the phone. And of course, like all the gaming phones that carry the Snapdragon 888, this has a dedicated cooling system. The cooling system of the Lenovo Legion 2 right here in the center is composed of two parts. So you've got the active cooling and the passive cooling. The passive cooling consists of graphite panels and it has a vapor chamber to disperse all that heat. The active cooling system, on the other hand, uses the copper pillars and pipes to vent the heat to the outside of the phone. This fan at the back actually draws in air, while the fan at the top expels it. So intake here guys, and exhaust is over there. So the intake fan spins at 12,500 RPM or revolutions per minute, while the exhaust fan actually spins a bit faster at 15,000 RPM. So what does that mean for you and me guys? Basically means that this should equate to lower temperatures while gaming. So it all sounds good on paper guys, but of course you know me on my channel, I'm going to be running this phone through my series of demanding tests and see if the phone will actually overheat and shut down. So make sure you're subscribed and you turn on that notification bell so you get notified once those videos are up guys. And of course, since this is a gaming phone, it has special touch controls. So in this case, it has 8 different touch keys. So the shoulder buttons, so you've got 2 at the top, similar to the ROG Phone 5, you can consider 2 zones. And at the back as well, you've got capacitive touch. And on the front of the screen or on the display, you've got something called Force Touch. The Xiaomi Black Shark series of phones were actually the first phones to come out with that feature. So I've loaded up Legion Assistant here guys, so you can see the GPU speed as well as the CPU. So basically, Legion Assistant is where you're going to be configuring all those controls. I'm going to be coming up with a separate video guys to show you how you can configure those touch controls on each of the gaming phones that I've got on hand. So that's going to be the ROG Phone 5, the RedMagic 6 Pro, the Black Shark 4 Pro, and of course the Lenovo Legion Pro 2, which I'm unboxing right here. And like I mentioned before, you've got Legion Assistant here, and you've got something here called Rampage. And that is basically the ultimate or the maximum performance that you can get on the phone. So I'll definitely be testing this feature out and whether it makes a big difference in benchmarks and in games. Legion Assistant is the gaming center of Lenovo. It allows you to change settings like enable Rampage mode, turbofan mode, touch latency tweaks, virtual key assignments, and of course the real-time performance metrics like temperature and FPS or frames per second. So I saw this feature on the phone guys. It also has bypass charging. So now we've got 3 of the 4 big gaming phones that has this feature. So the ROG Phone 5 has it, the RedMagic 6 Pro has it, the Lenovo Legion Pro 2 has it. It's only the Black Shark 4 Pro that doesn't have that feature yet, but I do hope that they'll enable it sometime in the future guys. In terms of accessories, the Lenovo Legion Pro 2 has support for the Legion Game Dock. So you can wire up the phone to a display via HDMI. And it also adds 2 additional USB ports so you can game using a keyboard and mouse. Now this is just a quick unboxing and initial impressions of the phone guys. I definitely plan to come up with a series of videos comparing this phone with the ROG Phone 5, RedMagic 6 Pro, and the Black Shark 4 Pro. So I've got 4 awesome gaming phones that I'm going to be doing a series of videos on, and of course there can only be one winner. So stay tuned to the channel guys to find out. So as usual, a sub would be massively appreciated. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon notification so you'll be the first to know once those videos are up, and see you all on the next one.